Well, I did a story comparing college radio and mainstream radio, and we got to see how each one works, and how even some of the bigger names in FM radio or whatever got their break.
What about you, Neil?
I went to a fashion show, but it was really cool. It was a good fashion show. It was a really sexy fashion show. You're not going to see this at your high school, trust me, and you guys will like it. So that's what I did.
What about you, Ariel?
Well, I did my story on tattoos. It's actually our story because all of us went down to Tatouage Artistique to get a tattoo. So. I'm not going to show you mine because it's little.
What about you, Eddie?
I did a story on a very young kid in his first film. He's 16. It's a dream job, as we can all attest to. Anyways, you're going to see it. It's really cool.
What else, Paul?
Well, we sent Alex out and she talked to Ann Anderman, who's a very busy student, and she just got a Rhodes Scholarship. We went to find out if Rhodes Scholars are just brilliant or if they're people too, and I think they're people too.
No, they're just brilliant.
I got a tattoo, see?
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll.
So you want a career in radio. We're on our way to a big FM station to find out how they do things there. But before we do, we're going to go check out a college station to find out how a lot of hosts got their start.
Health research establishments with health concerns. They set up clinical trials for them. But wait,
Stake 72.
and often very cruel.
Intermittent rain, changing to snow later on, a high of +2.
Talking over the radio, like at first, it's like talking into an answering machine, and there's like this big sort of void that you're talking into.
This is one of the only ways to really get experience, like if you want to try and like to have a future in radio or something, get a real job, like a paying job in radio. Like this is a great place to start.
We're not here to make a profit. You know, our goal is to serve the community. So in that sense, we're providing a community service, and I think we take that role very seriously.
It gives us like so much freedom. Like we program it ourselves, and we choose every piece that we play.
There's no playlist here. There's no top 40. There's no rotation, and there's an incredible diversity of program.
And everything has like a purpose, you know. Like there's a reason for playing the music, and there's a reason for playing the spoken word stuff. You know, there's a message behind it.
One of the reasons why community radio is becoming so important at this time is because there's really a void in the commercial radio. People don't hear themselves or see themselves in the commercial sector.
Show 97.7 FM with Star Kicker and classic rock from 75 with Styx. Light Up. 808.
Are you responsible for picking the Styx tune?
No, it's not my fault.
Do the DJs have any input on what's picked?
Actually, no, there's someone in charge of that. There's someone that actually decides what's going to go on and when and why.
So, what's up with this equipment?
What's up with this equipment is that before I came here a couple of years ago, they took what was a big board that had volume buttons and CD players and a whole wall of CDs, and they took all that and put all the information into a computer.
And who does this kill?
If I were to kill that right now, the song would stop and disappear, which has happened. I mentioned I was new.
I've heard it happen, so you're behind that.
Yeah, it was me. No.
How did you get to be here?
Algonquin College, intensive program for 2 years where you get to do everything as far as news, as far as writing, production, all that stuff. It was great. And I totally lucked out, and the day after my grad party, I got a job on the air overnight. It's really fun. I mean, my joke is that it beats working for a living, you know?
How can you compare a big station like Shom to, let's say, college radio?
Well, college radio, you know that there's room for mistakes, and for the most part, you can hear them, and that's what's great about it. You know what I mean?
With the help of special guest from South Africa, get ready for this word, this name, it's difficult. Who's the Kamisi?
Now, would you say voice or personality is more important if you're a DJ?
Personality, because the voice is something that you'll develop. If you don't have a personality, then you're in trouble.
You have to be someone. You have to be interesting. You have to have something to say. You have to strike a responsive chord with the people listening.
I think the days of people being hired, unless you have a really irritating voice, I think the days of a voice having anything to do with the actual hiring are pretty much long gone.
I think if anything, we just project a little more. I know I do, because I tend to mumble at home when I'm talking to my wife or I'm talking to my friends, and you don't want to listen to someone mumbling on the radio.
What kind of advice would you give to a young person who wants a career in radio broadcasting?
There are plenty of opportunities in radio and television, but there aren't as many as there were. If you take a degree in communications or film arts and get a degree, you're going to have many more options open to you as a human being, as a marketable person.
I don't know if you've seen the movie Dazed and Confused, but the teenagers in the movie are portrayed in a pretty odd manner. And it seems as though a lot of teenagers are portrayed in a pretty odd manner by the media nowadays. So we took to the streets to find out if young people felt the same way.
They portray us as, like, idiots.
I think that the media, like, portrays us as delinquents, as people who, like, just go around and, like, terrorize people. And it's, like, not true. It's, like, we're not a bunch of people who carry around guns and stuff like that.
I think that television portrays teenagers as sort of vulgar people who always rebel, which is not always the case.
It shows a little bit of the reality, but to a certain extent, it's, you know, it's exaggerated too, you know. It's not always drive-by shooting and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Mostly it's more of like an American point of view. You know how like the American teenagers are.
Depends, like movie Kids or, you know, other movies. It's just crazy because not all teenagers are like that. So they should, you know, they should think about what they're doing.
Not many people are dealing with the issues that are really affecting us.
I think we deserve to see, no, to be seen as smarter and more responsible people.
Okay, it's Tuesday afternoon, we're bored, and you guys have been talking about getting tattoos since we did this story last year. So, who's in? Who wants to get a tattoo?
You out there. Ariel? There's a promise you. You'll be fine.
I think you're gonna get one. I think she's gonna get one. I think she's gonna get one.
She'll get one. She'll get one.
I find this good too, to do one's best. Like,
That was cool, except
It's
that
a
just
large
wouldn't
message
work
and-
because you wouldn't really think about it to do one's best.
no, but it does. It's sort of like it's a state of mind, right? You're one of
I know,
those
but it's
people
not
who
my
just does
state
the...
of mind.
So how much does it hurt, honestly?
It's more irritating than painful.
Are you sure?
Well, it hurts a bit, you know.
It hurts?
Doesn't tickle.
Do I really want to get this done?
Yeah, it's a little painful. Making me feel much better now. Now it just tickles.
Oh, tickles.
And that's it.
Okay, done.
Oh, that's good.
Salute Crescent Moon. That's the
symbol of the priestesses from Miss Babylon.
Yeah, that's it. I was asking, God, that Crescent Moon. I remember it from somewhere.
All right. So are we almost done? Or we got a lot more to do? Just out of complete curiosity.
All the outlines pretty well finished.
For girls, it's hard to do on their stomachs if they want to get pregnant. Then it's gonna like swell. They're gonna look like.
You think I'm going to get pregnant?
Well, you never know. With modern technology, by the time
Yeah,
we're
there we
older,
go.
you could be having a baby.
Sexy body, Eddie.
Oh, thank you.
Neil.
Ariel. Hey, actually, that looks pretty cool. I'm a coolster. Take a look. And look, no chest hair, Ma. No.
I made my own design. It's 2 words. Techno Dreams. You know, small, and it's not going to hurt because I'm a chicken.
Okay, Eddie, if you want to object to that massaging thing, just let us know.
If it's bothering you at all.
One more letter.
Speak to it.
He's an S away from immortality. There you go.
It's all done.
Yeah. I can clap, but you know.
Eddie.
I was wrong. The stomach does hurt.
Oh, the kid that said he loved pain.
Do you think it's gonna hurt? Well, you have a tattoo. Does it hurt a lot?
No, it really doesn't hurt.
And that looks painful, though. Quite strictly speaking, that does look painful.
I'm suffering over here because I'm doing it on my foot, for crying out loud. Where I was just going to do it on my arm before.
If you'd known beforehand.
Well, I knew it was going to hurt just because I'd done it on the bone before, but it was on the bone for like 3 seconds. It was kind of like, okay, yeah, that hurts a little more. Like, this is considerably more annoying than the last tattoo I got.
So what do you think my parents are gonna think when I come home with the tattoo? Hi, Mom.
Wow. Listen, it's your body. You know?
Parents love tattoos. They love tattoos. They really do.
Yeah.
This coming from Paul God.
Oh, good. I think she's breaking my hand.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God.
You're done.
It's okay. It's almost all over, Ariel.
Squeezing you through. I did it. I lived.
It's alive.
It's alive.
Bleeding.
Well, just a tiny bit.
I can't believe I just got a tattoo. I can't believe I just got a tattoo. This is so not me. Everybody feeling good?
That was okay.
I can't believe I actually did it.
We're proud of you,
Ariel.
All right.
Well, so not all of us are blessed with brains that just eat up information and spew back only A's. But this girl I met, Anne, a second-year med student, well, she's definitely got one of those minds that you envy. And in fact, it's in her genes. She comes from a long line of very smart people. And she got the very prestigious Rhodes Scholarship. But don't be fooled, she's not just a nerd. In fact, she's an excellent chef. What are you going to cook today?
I have this great recipe for Thai green chili. Oh, here's some ginger. It's too big, though. I think I'm just going to take a piece of this. Or here, maybe I'll take a smaller one. Yeah, smaller one. And some greens. And
you put that in the curry?
Yeah. So, and they also have some little bok choy. I usually just actually use spinach, but I guess we can use these too. It'll be more authentic this way. Yeah, this is very good. Very sweet, very bad for you. High cholesterol, but it's excellent.
What do you need to become a Rhodes Scholar? What's the secret recipe? No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that you don't have to have any one thing in particular, and I think the main message this year was that the people who won, and myself included, we didn't have one thing in particular, but we've done many different things. And I think don't be afraid to go off the path and to go and do something different, exotic, and to really have a good time, because when you enjoy what you're doing, that's when you'll really, you'll have fun, you'll excel, and that's when your CV looks great also.
Tell me a bit about, like, the kind of stuff you're doing in Ethiopia.
I went to Ethiopia with my sister, actually, with the Canadian Society for International Health. My sister was doing a project on beliefs about epilepsy, and I did my project on polio prevention measures and just beliefs about what causes polio and how it can be prevented. Some people believe that it's a matter of spirits, and so there was a girl and she was outside, and these bulls were fighting, and she ran inside and fell onto the fire, and they believe that this sort of falling onto the fire caused by the evil spirits is what caused her polio.
This is really, really good.
Thanks.
So, I mean, there's a long legacy of doctors in your family. Was that a strong influence or pressure even?
Oh, well, I don't know so much of pressure, but at home, my grandparents are both doctors, and my parents are both doctors, and actually my grandparents met at medical school in Prague. There's a picture, this great picture of her, and she's standing over her cadaver doing the dissections and so on. And just this summer, actually, my sister graduated from medical school, and so that leaves my brother, who is not interested in doing medicine at all. And he's in physics and math, a double majors program. So this is Thompson House. It's a graduate center, and this is where I come spend a lot of my time. It's a good place to get away from things, especially when medicine gets a little stressful.
Can you tell me a bit why it's so prestigious to be a Rhodes Scholar? Like, I mean, it has a big reputation, like Bill Clinton.
Right. Well, I think it's partly because the selection process is really quite grueling, and when you get down to the final interview, there's you at a very big table with 7 people, and they're all throwing questions at you and so on. And they only pick so few people.
Do you feel any different after having won this? Are people treating you differently? I mean,
a lot of my friends, they kid around if I should get an answer wrong, if we're in a small group in one of our medical classes, and I should say the wrong thing, and so they're all like, oh, well, this is something a Rhodes Scholar. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to know the answer to that one.
53E, shot 3. Take 2. Mark.
Appearances can be deceiving. We're here at the Black Watch, an armory in downtown Montreal, to meet Jeff Sommier, a 16-year-old starring in his first film. Let's take a little walk and step from this world into another.
In the acting, because it's very hard to teach a young man the definition of the word pace. Pace yourself, pace yourself.
If I want to really get into boxing and go to professional, I'll get my nose knocked off. Yeah. So he said, like, you either choose, it's the best thing for you, because if you get a broken nose, your face changes. so he gives me pretty good tips.
What's your choice out of the two?
Acting.
It should be interesting.
Exactly. I think sexy is good. I think people need that little sexiness going on.
Well, when you think of fashion, you usually think of Claudia Schiffer and Fashion File and Fashion TV. Well, we're here at...
As Bare As You Dare to Be.
Trust me, this isn't a show you're used to seeing at your local high schools. They're a pretty daring bunch of individuals, so as you can see, so...
Check it out.
Hope you enjoy it.
I go to her. Did you see it? You saw it yesterday?
The two ladies who decided to put together a new venture like this, they've done really well so far. Thus far, like we'll know by the end of the show how well it really goes, but they've done pretty well so far.
So, but how many people get involved in a show like this anyways, like besides yourself and obviously those two?
Wow, well, it really extends to how much friends you have.
Totally out. Oh, do you want to wear this one? Your stomach is exposed. Anyone's fine.
I'm not one that likes to promote sex, so, but in the stages that we are in, it's like sex sells. And we want to be able to sell what goes along with sex, which is the clothing, the style of wearing it, the attitude that you bring.
You nervous about going on and wearing like Bare As You Dare kind of thing?
I'm not nervous about it. If I have to wear something that is a little revealing, well, you know, it's okay, you know. I have a body, I can go out there and I can do it.
We have a show prepared for you tonight. The first scene is brought to you by Kay's Clothing. Chris, hit it!
Hold up, wait a minute. This is Christine on stage, Montreal, wearing the Dare to Bear outfit.
Reason for that title?
Yeah.
As you saw, my partner's outfit was very daring. And this is the stuff that we young people like to wear. So basically what I chose designers and I chose models who are willing to wear the clothing that they're wearing outside on stage. Just that we added a bit more to it to make it a little bit more explicit.
A little less to it.
A little less to it.
This is Annika, and she's no Little Red Riding Hood. She's the big bad wolf. And it's
basically, this whole show is just for designers. We will benefit to get recognition, being as we're a young company, but it's mostly for the designers so that they can also be recognized.
Miss Natalie Chin, she can be located.
I'm currently in school now, and will be graduating soon. So it's about time I put myself on the market as one of Montreal's newest designers.
Where do I put Cardella's clothes?
What was the hardest thing about putting on this show for you?
This show? Oh, I think the running up and down. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
It appeals to young people, and that's a market we're trying to hit. And young people like daring. If you notice, they hardly wear clothes, and you know, trying to get them into the mode of wearing things that makes them look good, and not just jeans and t-shirt.
Now, how did parents react to the theme of the show and to the clothes that the people are wearing?
We let them know that bare can mean tight, and bare can also be really covering, and it's just as long as it's sexy.
My mom, she has no problem with it. She's right there in the crowd. She's enjoying it, and as far as you can see, I'm dressed just as bare, and she has no problem with it.
So where do you plan on going with this now?
Well, in future, like for the future, we plan to have a lot more fashion shows, but not just fashion shows, parties as well as concerts. We want to get the feedback that when we do something, they know that they can trust us to have something and they can be there and enjoy themselves.
In the Dare to Bear fashion show, it's all good. Woo.
That's it for BuzZone for this week. I seem to have lost my bus pass, so I'm walking home. Ciao.
If you have any story ideas for the show, don't be shy. Get in touch with us. You can fax us, you can phone us, you can write us, and you can even reach us on the internet.